What is up, YouTube? We got a video today of the Ripsaw 28 millimeter electric blue. This is the Ripsaw 28 millimeter Viking Edition electric blue. Comes in this fancy little box. Pretty cool looking little box. I can't show you the rest of it because of the websites. Comes with your little goodie bag with extra grub screws. It comes with a squonk pin already pre-installed, but you can take that out with an Allen wrench. All your O-rings, and then also the middle rubber O-ring that sits inside of there, and then your RDA sits in there. This is batch number 2 with the electric blue finish. 28 millimeter. Got her on top of the Hammer of God 400. Now, just like the other ones on the bottom, you can either take the two little pins out and put it in the squonk, or you could just change the 510 pin. We just went ahead and changed the 510 pin. It's a lot more convenient instead of having a screw missing out of the bottom of your RDA. I don't like the idea of that. So, you can pop that, and it's almost like a velocity deck. It's like, say, two velocity decks side by side, but in one post. It's got a juice well of almost like the tsunami. So you can put your cotton in there and it just kind of wraps around the whole well. It is 28 millimeter in diameter. There's 10 individual airflows. There's dual chamber intake designs and an inner juice ramp, quick release, drip tip, and the squonk pin. There are also two little notches that are sitting in there too, because your cap actually locks on. As you can see, it locks on. And inside that hole, like I was talking, that is the ramp. That ramp literally goes side to side straight to your coil. See, I put my coil down just a little bit further to kind of be like right there on that ramp too. And then had my cotton, as you can see, kind of go out to the sides, but then the tails meet right in the middle at the bottom of the ramp. And so far, since doing that, has been the best build I've done on that thing, and the flavor is consistently phenomenal. 28 millimeter, like I said, it's got them notches on the side. So on the inside, you got two little notches that are also in there. Them little notches got to go in. So we got to line them up. She pops down, easy peasy. Okay. We're not going to hit on it because my batteries, I think, are dead. And I don't have 4 other batteries for this mod at the moment. Yeah, too low a power to hit on it. That's fine. So we can go over the aspects of a lot of it. Make sure all these are tight, because I keep getting also a short atomizer, and this is brand new. Hopefully it's not shorted out. That'll just be bad. But that sits on there just like that. 10 airflows all the way around, electric blue. It's kind of like a glossy finish almost on that. Oh, actually, I must not have had her screwed up. It might be the pin. Also, we might have to adjust this. So let's bring this up a little bit. Leave that pin right where that's at on that one. There we go. Now she's reading there. So the pin had to be adjusted. Okay. So back to what we were doing. 28 millimeter all the way around, 10 airflow holes. That ramp is just badass. So you could take this cap right here, the quick release, and you can turn it and just pop it off for quick dripping. And like I said, there's that ramp. That ramp is just amazing. On the top cap there, you got two notches. There's your airflow holes because it's airflow that comes straight out the top a little bit and to the sides, like right then and there. So when you put it back on, it's got the notches. You put the notches in, turn it back, locks in. Same thing with the tank, locks in. I wouldn't suggest like sitting there shaking her around because she'll fall off, but she sits on there pretty tight. Now the drip tip is actually how you adjust the airflow. That's how that turns back and forth, adjusting the airflow. It is a little stiff adjusting that airflow with that top. It does stop when you go all the way around with it. So when it's open, it all the way open, it stops. When it's all the way closed, it stops. That ramp in there just makes it amazing as could be, though. Because that flavor, because of that ramp, is just there consistently. So when you drip, you can do the quick drip, which still cascades down to the sides. But also when you look in it right there, that right there is the ramp. And that little other shiny thing that you see there, that's the rubber piece, the extra rubber piece that comes in there. So it's like a little rubber piece that's like a chimney that goes straight to the ramp. So every time you drip, no matter what, it doesn't hit the sides on the inside. It doesn't go straight to the sides of the cotton. It hits the ramp and just goes bloop to the cotton, bloop to the cotton. So that's why I took my coils and also put it down just a little bit to the deck almost. But like enough to where I could take my screwdriver and kind of go underneath of it still. So I left that space. Obviously, you don't want your coil touching your deck. And then I took the cotton, left it like I kind of went loop. So on like one side it goes bloop, and then the tail comes into the middle right there at the ramp. Same on the other side, it kind of goes straight to the middle. So almost like making a heart almost. So it just kind of right to the middle. That way, like when you drip to the ramps, it goes straight to the tail. Like it's like a continuous juicing. So whoever made this RDA, fucking props to you. Like this is badass. The flavor's badass. The airflow's badass. The drip tip's badass. The conception is badass on the inside of how it's built. The airflow, the airflow is DTL basically. There's not a shit ton of airflow, but there's also not just a little bit of airflow. There's quite a there's it's like a DTL airflow, so it's almost like hitting a cigarette. It's definitely a DTL hit, and just the way that like you fill your juice well up with the juice, and it consistently hits the tails of that cotton. This thing is not dried hit once. This thing is amazing. It's not running very much on the websites because it's a cheaper company, but hopefully they've come up a little bit further and become a big company. I mean, they are a big company, but like I want their name out there like Valhalla, Asgard, all that, because whatever company that was that made this, Bearded Viking something something, I can't say the whole name because it's a website. Keep making RDAs just like this. Make them bigger, make them smaller, make them squonk, make them whatever. Keep that design kind of going like that. That ramp makes this thing badass and phenomenal. All the way around. You can't go wrong with this. This thing at times when I hit it leaves me speechless because of how good it tastes. It's just awesome. That thing is phenomenal. Yes, sir. So that is the Ripsaw 28 millimeter Bearded Viking Collab Edition. I would probably give that a 10 out of 10. Legitly. This thing is just amazing. All the way around. It has more flavor than any RDA that I have. That's including all the Valhallas, and I have every single one of them that's made. And it's got more flavor than my Asgard. It even, I mean, I don't know. Like I've got some flavor bangers. This thing though amazes the shit out of me. It is on their website. I think Vapors Cloud is selling it for I think right now $20. I think it's normally like 45 or 50. I know even on their third party companies it's also I think it's only like a $40 RDA at the most. But would I suggest getting it? Hell yes, I would. This thing is 10 out of 10. Amazing. You could throw this thing on this, and it's going to be badass. You could throw it on the V2 mech mod, and it's going to be badass. You could put a build inside of this that is actually big, and I put a big build on it. 10 wrap coils actually on each side going across. Still had room, and threw it on a mech mod, and it still works. So you could throw it. Actually, this is paired with a Saga Mini all the way from the looks, the build, and the way that it hits. 10 out of 10. Get your hands on the Ripsaw 28 millimeter. That thing is amazing. Mox Opal out.